Hi there, welcome back to my channel. This is Christy. I am really excited to show you that I was able to move these little guys out of the house. I had incubated these guys on June the 3rd or the 4th. It was the 4th when they hatched. Some of these were hatching eggs that I had ordered from Breezy Bird Farms, which is an amazing amazing heritage breed farm, and some of these were from my own chickens. These guys are the little rescues. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so tired, and there's a reason. There's a voiceover only. I've been caring for these little guys for 4 days now, and at night you have to get up every 2 hours to feed them, and during the day you have to feed them every 2 hours. So you also have to help them go to the bathroom. So I've been feeding these guys. The mother cat, she is nowhere to be found. I was feeding them inside of their little brooder box for two reasons. One, because it's nice and warm and comfortable for them, and they were a little bit difficult. They didn't like being handled too much. And two, I was trying to keep as much of my scent off of them as possible in the event we could find the mother cat. But that's no such luck, and apparently I'm a mama cat now too, so here we go. This little one here, he, whatever it is, has been drinking milk much better than it was the first day, and they are doing really well. They're drinking very well from the syringe. Feeding from a syringe is very dangerous for a kitten this size because they don't have a gag reflex in their first few weeks, I believe it is. I know the first week they don't have a gag reflex, so it's very easy to aspirate a kitten. That means getting fluid in the wrong tube, or getting a little bit of the milk into the lung, which would then cause a pneumonia. So I've been very, very careful. I don't have the proper nipple to bottle feed a kitten this size. It's not available anywhere in our local town. So I do have one on order, but it's going to be a little while before it gets here. So I just have to be very, very cautious when I'm syringe feeding, which takes a long time because you have to be very, very careful. This one is sucking. Like, you can see the syringe is moving. I keep a very constant pressure on the syringe so it's not squirting out, but it's enough pressure that she can suck the syringe back. Grooming is really important. So my routine has been to wake them up gently, and then I will help them go to the bathroom by rubbing their backside with some tissue and cleaning them. And then I give them warm milk, and then they get a bath, and they get wiped down. And this happens every 2 hours, just as the mother cat would do. And they purr. It scared me. I thought I aspirated them. I thought that I got some fluid down the wrong tube because they sounded really rattly. And then I realized they were trying to purr when I was using this grooming method. And so they purr when they get bathed. When they're being bathed, they purr when they have a full tummy of warm milk. They will purr when they're kind of playing with each other or snuggling. So it's really cute to see they do when they're so little. I didn't know babies just a few days old will actually purr. And I always make sure that bum is clean of no urine or anything left. I don't want them to have any scald. So I still have them on a heat mat. The heat mat is from my gardens, my seedling heat mat. And I just make sure that they are warm all the time. This one is a little feisty. I do know that I'm assuming that these kittens were approximately 2 or 3 days old, probably about 3 days old when we got them. Just by looking at the rate of their progression, it's really a guess, like an estimate. But this is the 4th day I've had them, and I did notice that their eyes are starting to be more pronounced, and their ears are starting to be more developed and open. On day 7, they open their ears, and day 8 they begin to open their eyes. So we'll see if their eyes begin to open tomorrow. Then we'll know that they were, or that they're 8 days old. And that I've had them for, 5 days 5 days tomorrow. So yeah, it's a lot. I have to do this every 2 hours. Now that if they are 8 days old, then I can change that to feeding them less frequent. But because they're having some constipation issues, I've had to dilute the kitten formula a little bit and feed them more frequent, just so they get the right amount of nutrition and more hydration. I also talked to some people that have raised kittens before. I'm just checking the heat mat here to make sure it's good. But I've talked to people that have raised kittens like this, and they say using olive oil, giving them olive oil in the mouth internally will help soften the stool and giving them more water. So I tried that and it worked for this little black one. The little black one had a good poop today, but the little orange one has not. So tomorrow, if that doesn't change, I will have to talk to my veterinarian and see if I can bring them in for an enema, which is something that I can't do here, but that might be something that would help them. But they are definitely suckling much better. They definitely think I'm their mom. And I wish that we could have found their real mom, and it sucks that we couldn't. When this one starts to fall asleep or isn't suckling, rubbing the back of its head is something that I found is very, very helpful. And this kitten will not eat unless the milk is a little bit warmer. And the other one likes it kind of like the average temperature. This one likes it really warm. This little orange one, she whatever, just eats it whenever or whatever temperature, just it's hungry all the time. And its ears were starting to open. That's why I think it's 7 days old. But yeah, I always keep my fingers on its throat to see, to make sure I can feel the swallows, because as soon as it stops swallowing, I can't put any pressure on that syringe because I don't want to send any milk down the wrong tube. But this one's got the hang of it. I want to name them. I really do, but I'm scared to. I'm scared to just yet. They're not out of the dark. They have a long ways to go before we know that they're going to be okay. So this one is doing pretty well. I'm just hoping that we can get it to poop. I am taking some preventative measures to prevent them from having getting pneumonia from syringe feeding, because it is such a high risk. I do have them with a nebulizer in the box with them. I started doing that today when I noticed that I had a big gulp went into the one's mouth, and I'm really, really paranoid about that. So I put the nebulizer in there with some collated silver in there, and I'm hoping that will help reduce. It'll work just like a sterilized saline solution in that nebulizer. So I'm doing that as a prevention to prevent them from growing any bacterial infection in their lung from what I did when I accidentally gave them too much in their mouth. And that's what this is. This is the nebulizer, and they quite like it. They really enjoy having it in there. They get a little bit playful. You'll see them here. They like to big yawns. They bath each other and bite on each other, even though they don't have teeth. They're really, they're healthy. So I'm very, very hopeful that they will pull through and that they will be okay. So I've definitely put a lot of time and effort into making sure that they were okay, and I'm hoping that they will pull through this and that we can pick names for them together. Any suggestions? Well, anyways, thank you guys for checking in and seeing this little video. I hope you enjoyed. Much love. Bye for now.